Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to another episode of our Inventions modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall, the last few episodes we've been working on our applied energistic system. Now, I didn't do a whole lot of changes to it since the last episode because, we're going to be moving it fairly soon. I'm just trying to cover all the basics to get the AE system up and going, and then I can go and set them up and everything, and, get it moved and whatnot. So today's episode is something I personally really love that you can do with applied energistics depending on what mods you have. Now, you may know that with applied energistics you can create this wireless terminal, and it'll allow you to go out so many blocks and access your terminal and everything, and then you can put boosters in your wireless upgrade. Let me find it here. Actually, I'll just look it up on here. Right here, this wireless access point. You can put these wireless upgrades, these wireless boosters in there, and boost it up by a little bit. I mean, at best, you're only going to be able to go out, I want to say it's like 200 blocks or something. It's not very far at all. It also doesn't work cross-dimension or anything like that. So personally, I've never been a fan of the wireless access point because it's just, even when you put a ton of boosters in there and you're giving it a bunch of power, it just doesn't do that good. You're still very limited with it. But today we're going to be diving slightly into logistics pipes and creating something that will have infinite range for us and cross-dimension support and everything, so we'll be able to access our system no matter where we go. So the first thing that we're going to want to get, now you can craft this logistics pipe stuff with just gears and all that, but we're going to actually use the lasers just because it's a little bit more interesting, I feel like. So I'm going to need some obsidian. Let me grab a bit of that, actually. And let me go ahead and get... Why is it not typing? We'll get a bit of diamonds as well. 25 sounds great. And let's go ahead and get a bit of these lasers. Let's say 9 of them. 9 of them sounds wonderful. And then the next thing that we're going to want is the BC Factory is the assembly table. So this is going to require diamond gear, but still not too bad. Well, I lost it. There we go. Whoops. We're not ready for that yet. Okay. And we'll just come over here to set this up. I think we're just going to stick it right here for right now. Alright, just open that wall up a little bit. Alright, so we'll bring our... Oh, you know what? I want to move it back one more, actually. Yeah, to like right here. And we'll bring this piping out. Just a bit. Actually, I don't need these ones, I don't think. I may eventually add them on there. And we'll put our lasers... Actually, we'll do this. We'll put our lasers on there like that. And then you're going to want a chest next to it just so it can grab the items, because it is going to output to just an adjacent inventory. So, now that we've got that set up, we can start making our logistics pipe stuff. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to make is just a bit of these basic logistics pipes. Mainly just this golden chip set, which is some gold. Oh, wow. Used to be 1 and 1. That's fine. That is fine. Because... we got this lovely little system over here. So let's get this thing loaded back up. And we'll get a stack of gold. Oops. Okay. And redstone. Alright, the nice thing is I think I can access it from right here. We'll go ahead and put in, I'm thinking like, we'll do 10 of these to start with. And let's see, how fast does 9 lasers run? Not fast enough for us. So let's make a few more of those. We like fast machines. There we go. 18. That should do it. We got the power, it doesn't even matter. So, we'll lay these out. Oh wait, what am I doing? It's not going to fit down there. Maybe if I laid it out like this. And then we'll do a few more. Oh, I meant to have them flush with the wall. My bad. Okay. So we'll do like that. There we go. Now these lasers, you can add just tons of them if you want to. Eventually we'll just make a room just filled up with lasers and just a ton of power feeding in there. So it's going a bit faster now. That's a bit more reasonable. So the next thing that we're going to want to make to get going with this is going to be the provider pipe. So if you notice down here we have all different kinds of pipes. The one that we're going to want, this provider, is just going to be a basic logistics pipe, golden chipset, and a redstone torch. Now if you recall, we can get these 8 at a time. Actually, let's go ahead and craft those. I don't know why. We've got some of these golden chipsets, so. Alright. So I actually want this over here. Okay, so for our basic one, glass and redstone torch, not going to be an issue. Well, we don't have any sticks in here. Okay. There we go. Let me see. We'll make just 10 of these and throw them in there. So we're going to need these cobblestone transport pipes. We'll make some of those. We'll make a bit of these actually. And we're also going to need some of these diamond transport pipes. So let's go ahead and make a couple crafts of those. And then we'll get our first basic logistics pipe. Or pipes. And honestly 8 of them is going to do it for this setup. So the next thing that we're going to want is this provider pipe. Not too hard to craft. We've already got all the stuff for it. So let's grab that. We're also going to want to get ourselves an interface. And let's just set this up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 channels. So we're not going to be able to set it up right there. That's fine. Well, actually just set it up right here. This will work. Yeah. And just because I'm kind of particular about it. Well, there we go. We'll set it facing that way. just because. Even though it's not going to connect to anything else. But like I said, I am kind of very particular about it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hook our provider pipe just directly onto that interface. Because if you recall, the interface is going to let us access items or inventories and stuff that are next to it, and it's what we're going to use for cross-mod support. And so we'll just plug this in right like that. And see, did they change it so this has to have power now? I do believe so. That's fine. We can take care of that. So let's see, we're going to want, let me find it here, RF power provider. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get this crafted really quick. So this RF power provider, we'll need a block of redstone. Do I have paper in here? I do not. I'll have to get some of that. Golden chipsets, iron chipsets, and then this combustion engine. Which, can I not do just the 5 iron? Let me see here. Oh, there it is. Yes. That's the one I want. So we'll get that. And this RF power provider. And we don't have a piston, of course. But I taught my system how to make them. So that's what we'll do. And there's our combustion engine. And of course it resets my search. Alright, so yeah, we mainly just need gold chipsets, iron chipsets. Which, let's go ahead and get ourselves a bit of iron and get those cooking. Now, they're not going to take even as long as the gold did, and the gold is finished. So, we'll do 8 of these as well. Like I said, I don't think we're going to need as much as we're making, but, you know, it doesn't really hurt. Resources are free in this pack, so, you know, why not? Okay, let's just grab a bit of paper here, just so we've got it in the system. And grab that, and we'll just throw it in there. Okay. So we've got our paper now, and let me go grab our chipsets, and we should be good to go on that. What, 1 iron and 2 gold, I think? Might as well just grab all those. Golden and iron, yes. So that gets us our logistics RF power provider. Now, to hook this thing up, you are going to have to hook it into a pipe. There we go. I know for a while it actually just drew power from the applied energistics, but they seem to have changed that, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to set it up right here actually. So we'll bring this over like that. And there we go. It's storing energy now. Maybe these were plugged up. I thought they turned green. I recall them turning green. But maybe not. Well, anyway. Either way, if they did work, we've got power plugged into them. And now you know how to plug power into them. So, the next thing that we're going to want, we got our provider pipe. We're going to need a remote orderer set up. So let's go ahead. First off, we'll get the remote orderer logistics pipe, just ender pearl and redstone. So, get that, that. Alright, and this is going to plug, we'll just plug this directly into the provider pipe. Now you could plug it up here, it doesn't have to be directly on it, but that's where we're going to put it. Why is working? Oh, do we have to have like the full logistics set up? Well, we'll see in just a second. And the last thing that we're going to want is just the provider oh, that's not what it's called, is it? Oh, the remote orderer. I don't know why I said provider. So we'll just need this little piece right here. It does take a couple diamond chip sets, so we'll get that cooking up. Hey, perfect. 2 diamonds. Sorry, I've got like some like congestion in my throat today. Okay. So we've got that. We got it cooking. There we go. Now these will take probably a minute. They're a little bit more power consumption than the iron or the gold, but that's fine. Now this, I don't know. Anyway, and the last thing that we're going to need is just an ender chest and ender pouch setup. So let's grab ourselves an ender chest the cool way. And we'll hook this in, just set it right there, and we'll change the color to, let me see, do we have ink sacks? No, we don't. Cactus. Yeah, we'll just do like a green, green, green. That's fine. I've got this. I never set it up. How does it take that long to cook cactus? It's not even cooking the cactus. What's it cooking? Oh. Oh, okay. It just didn't update the UI there. Okay. So we'll just change this over to a green, green, green. So that way it's not, not being affected by any of the other chests and stuff. And then we're going to want to get ourselves an ender pouch. Now, I don't believe we're going to have all the materials for it. I need to get one of these scanned. Just because I like just ordering things, just buying things. Yeah, they're only 4,000 points. So we'll need some wool, some blaze powder. Yeah, mainly just need the wool at this point. Alright. So let's get 3 pieces of this. What the hell? Did I do this wrong? I bet I did this wrong, huh? Okay. Oh, it's 3 leather, not 3 wool. What the? Get off my mouse. Alright, so let's get some leather. I apologize. Okay. Alright. Let's hook this there. And now we are going to scan this one. Just because I don't want to have to ever craft it again. And you notice the special colors aren't learnable. Okay. And then we'll just shift right click and get this hooked up. So we've got our green, green, green ender pouch now. So that alchemical bags, we'll keep it around for the tools and stuff, but it's quickly losing its luster at this point. So we just need the 2 diamond chip sets and then glass. There it is. Okay. Glass like that will get us this remote orderer. So we can just come over here. Well, it doesn't. There we go. Connected to pipe. So if we click this, right? Oh, probably because it doesn't have power, it won't even open up. So let's. It's been a while since I've messed with logistics pipes as is. I believe we need the power junction. Right? Let's see. Believe so. Maybe. Maybe. Let's get. It's been a really long time since I've actually just set up a full system here. So forgive me if this isn't correct. If it isn't, I will cut camera. I'll be back. Is it? Okay. So this is storing RF. And then we'll pipe it in to there, which that's going to convert it. Right? No. Maybe it has to go here? No. Okay, give me just a second, and I'm going to get this all worked out, and then I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. That actually didn't take very long. It took like 5 seconds. We didn't need the RF power provider. We needed the logistics power junction. So I've got that set up now. If you notice, it's stored up a bunch of energy here, and these pipes turned like blackish, and all the red marks are gone. So now if we click this remote order, we can open this up, and we have access to all of our stuff. So the reason that is because this provider pipe is telling this interface, or this interface is telling this provider pipe everything that it has in its inventory, which in this case is the entire applied energistic system. And then the remote orderer is allowing us to order things from that inventory and send them into this chest. So if we wanted, say we want oak wood, and we want 128, 192, it don't matter. Hit request, request successful, and there we go. It is feeding into our ender pouch. So we have access now anywhere we go to our applied energistic system. So for example, one other thing to note here though, so let's say we wanted a storage card. If you notice, we can't tell this thing to craft for us. That's the only downside to it, but it does allow us to request and stuff from really far off. Now we're going to go ahead just really quickly and make a wireless card, or the wireless applied energistic stuff, just so that as we're working around the base and things, we'll have access to our terminal so we can order and whatnot. So the first thing that we're going to want is this wireless access point. So we'll need a Fluix pearl and then one of these and one of these. And this way you guys can just, this one video will cover all the wireless access options, at least that I can think of right now, for accessing our AE system. So we're going to want to hook this in. We'll just hook it over here. This is our wireless corner. And if you notice, the range right now is only 16 meters in every direction. Not great. So what we can do is we can craft these wireless boosters. What am I missing? What am I missing? go. Ender pearl powder. Okay. Let me crush up an ender pearl really, really quick. Stop it. And I'll tell you what, we're actually going to just really quickly tell our system that if it takes an ender pearl, no, this one, throw it in there, that will give us an ender pearl powder in code. Okay. So now if we want a bit of this, let's go ahead and get like, oh, we don't have enough ender pearls in here. Well, that's easily fixed. But I figure we'll keep this, because when we're working around in the base, you know, we'll want to request auto-crafted things. But out in the world, I think it'll probably generally be items and things that we'll want. So let's see, we're out of fluix dust. Good. Okay, well, anyway, I'll do that off camera. I'll boost the range, but if you notice, we can take these wireless boosters, throw say one of them in there, it's going to up it to 17 meters and 18 RF. So 1 more meter and 2 more RF per tick cost. And if we throw another one in there, 18.8 meters, 20.08 RF. And we can keep stacking these. I believe it's 64. I know in the most recent versions it's 64 of these that you can put in. So you'll get a pretty decent range with it. And then the other thing that we're going to want is, oops, this wireless, not that one. Well, ideally we'd want this wireless universal terminal for once we start messing with fluid, but for right now, no. Why can I not find the wireless terminal? Okay, maybe I'm losing my mind. Let's look at applied energistics then. There it is. Okay, so we'll want this dense energy cell. I tell you what, I'm gonna need more fluix dust. Okay, so we'll want some charged certus, some redstone, and some nether quartz. Let's throw all this in here. Ah, there we go. And we'll just throw this into the sag mill. So we're actually going to want a bit of these. Is it not? Well, it is. I just can't find it here. Oh, there it is. So we're going to want 8 of these energy cells. So a little bit expensive. There's 2. Alright. And then if we pull this back up, why is it not pulling up? Oh. I think I'm blind. I think so. So give me just a second. I'm going to get this stuff together because I know the video is running kind of long right now. And I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, welcome back. So I've got everything now to make that. So let's get this crafted no. Yeah, this one. Just really, really quickly. No, I don't want the fluid one. I want the... No. There it is. No. Not the universal. There we go. Okay. So we got our wireless terminal now. Now we can go ahead and upgrade this to the universal. That way it can summon, or it can access our essentia, our gas, our fluid, our items, which of course we don't have essentia in this pack. But we might as well do that, I figure. So we'll want we're going to want to get ourselves an illuminated panel, because I'm out of them, and then what? One of the cores, right? Annihilation. Okay. Like that. Get our fluid terminal, and then all we got to do is take the fluid terminal, attach it to the wireless terminal, and that gets us the universal. So that way we can just, you know, if we decide to store gas or fluids or something in there, we'll be able to access it. And now that we've got that, let's hop over here. And, oh, by the way, I don't know if I ever showed you this at, like, full power. I don't recall. But if you notice, we're running at 1842 RPM. We're making a little over 8,000 RF a tick. And, you know, it's running through the steam that it's getting about as fast as it's getting it. So, this does keep it running at full speed. So, and keeping steady on charcoal. So, pretty happy with it. We'll go ahead and, I need to actually make this room bigger and stuff, but we'll go ahead and just charge this. If you notice, it's mega fast in this vibrant capacitor bank. 200 million power goes a long way. And we will just go over here and, oh, that's right, we need a security terminal. Almost forgot. Okay, so we'll need one of these ME security terminals. 16K storage is probably the worst thing to craft in this. So, oh wait, I should tell my system to make a 16K. Alright. Then we're also going to want one of these ME chests. We'll need a formation core. And there we go. We're still waiting on something. Probably one of these to craft, I imagine. Okay. I forgot to grab that. I think that was the issue. Sorry about that. There's our ME chest. And we've got everything now. So we've got our security terminal. And we'll just place this down. Just right here is fine. And we'll access it. Now this is going to already have our information stored. But, you know, if you want other people to be able to access your terminal, you can give them rights here, of course. But on a single-player world, we're not too worried about that. And we're just going to put our wireless terminal up in this little box. And it's going to, if you notice at the bottom right above where it says Extra Cells 2, it does say linked and installed for items and fluids. So now, well, why is this not connecting? Okay, give me 1 second while I figure this out. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. I guess I had to link it a second time for some reason. So now if we just right-click, you know, here's all of our items. If we shift right-click, it changes. Oh, duh. I don't know why I was... This is the fluid layout. And you just shift right click and then you can open up the other one. I don't know why I was like, oh, it's not working. But anyway, so here's all of our items, and if you notice, we can tell it to craft things up here and have full access. However, like I said before, it's got a limited range. I mean, right now we only have 2 boosters in there. We'll be able to upgrade it to cover this full base area. But say we come right out here and go to access it, it says wireless out of range. You know, it's not going to let us access it because we were out of range. But also worth noting, if you're flying, you may have noticed I was just messing with it. It's kind of, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intended. It may just be how it's programmed, and that's fine. Because I don't think there'd be a whole lot of issue like you wanting to access your terminal while you're flying, but if you do, and even if you're out of range, it's going to stop you. Like, I can still fly up and down, but I can't move forward and backwards and stuff. So just a heads up on that. But like I said, you probably shouldn't be flying and accessing your terminal at the same time anyway. So that shouldn't be an issue. But anyway, I do believe we're going to end out the episode there. I feel like we've really covered wireless access for our ME system, you know, in every possible direction that we could take with that. So, you know, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I feel like we've got a lot of the basics and you know, all that stuff covered for our AE systems. So, and now we can access items anywhere in the world or tell our system to craft and everything. Now, granted, this one does take power. This one does not. So, you know, but if you're using the wireless one, you're going to be around the base, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, so I'm going to end out the episode there. If you enjoyed it, as always, please comment, subscribe, like, share it with your friends. It's very, very much appreciated. And you guys, I want to say thank you. You guys have been doing an awesome job about that, and it's very, very much appreciated. And yeah, so next episode, maybe continue with AE, or I know we were talking about working on drones. We might go ahead and set up drones next episode because they're really, really fun, and I know a lot of people aren't too familiar with how to use them, but they are very, very good. So we might do that because I know we've been kind of putting it off working with AE, and I'm kind of trying to cover everything in detail, you know, that we're doing with this pack, because it is like this pack, you know, it's pretty much just all tech and everything's free. It feels more to me like, you know, just like a heavy tutorial series. So I'm trying to cover everything with you guys step by step and in detail. So if you do have any questions or don't know how to plug something up or something like that, hopefully this series will help you with that kind of stuff and different little you know, setups and stuff that we can do with mods that are commonly used, but maybe maybe a lot of people don't know how to plug in the logistics pipes or something like that, or are rusty with it, or the changes to it, you know. So, but I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and, you know, as always, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. If I didn't cover something in detail enough, I can always make a short video for you or something like that. So, but yeah, so I'm going to end out the episode there. Until next episode, do take care, and I hope to see you then.